Lyndsey Pachon. I'm a real estate broker and co-owner of Fall River Property Management. This video series is called Pitfalls in Property Management, and the topic today is fraudulent tenant applications. Where we operate in Massachusetts, it's extremely difficult to evict a tenant. So when a landlord finds himself with a tenant occupying their unit but not paying rent, it can take a long time and lots of money to get possession of their apartment back. Most notably, it can take longer to get your tenant out of your apartment than it would for your bank to foreclose because you've not paid your mortgage due to the tenant's not paying rent. And this is why it is so important to be thorough during your tenant selection process. I'll never forget how shocked I was the first time I received a fake check stub. I was so naive. Back then, our office software didn't connect with over 3,000 different payroll providers. It was up to us then to verify an applicant's income with a good old-fashioned phone call. And when I called the store listed on the tenant applicant's check stub, the manager had never heard of her. The applicant had been in my office just the day before, looked me right in the eye, and handed me her check stubs. When I called the applicant for clarification, she ghosted me. There's something unique about this business in that it is humbling how often someone will lie right to your face. But when I try to put myself in someone else's shoes and think about what circumstances would lead to their lying so brazenly, I picture my little boys. And I am sure that I too would beg, borrow, and steal if the alternative were not having a roof to put over their head. Understanding the applicant's motivation in defrauding us and even empathizing with their desperation has not softened me. It has made me hyper-vigilant because it is my job to protect my clients' investments. I know these fraudsters really want a home, but it isn't going to be on my watch, and you can't afford for it to be on yours either. Now, I don't personally review every application anymore, but the person who does review them sits right next to me in my office, so I'm pretty consistently in the loop. This morning, there were 2 applications awaiting review for the same room in one of the rooming houses that we manage. 2 applications, 2 different names. We use facial recognition software to compare the applicant's photo ID to a selfie that they take while they're completing the application. Both applicants were flagged as mismatching. So when this happens, we manually review them, and because there are sometimes legitimate reasons that this can happen, we're often able to clear it. But in this situation, there wasn't a glare on the ID or something mixing it up. Here's the first ID. His name isn't Robert, but we'll call him Robert for privacy reasons. Here's Robert's ID. And here's Robert's selfie. Here's the second ID. We'll change his name to Jacob for the video. And here's Jacob's selfie. I think it's safe to say that the real Robert and Jacob don't know that they're applying to this apartment, and I also think it's pretty safe to say that this guy is a big fat liar and I don't like him. It was an easy one for us to catch, but there's a good chance that this will get by someone else because human nature is to be trusting. When someone tells me their name with a warm smile and a firm handshake, I believe them. At least I used to. Using a fake ID is how all sorts of criminals get housing, which is why our screening process leaves no stone unturned. Let this guy serve as a cautionary tale that you need to protect not just your investment, but also your tenants, your other tenants. Who knows what this guy could bring into the property if he can't even show up with his real name? There's no reason to think that this guy's not a drug dealer or a sex offender. We did call the Fall River police. Hopefully he gets arrested or something, but we all have to sleep at night knowing that there are many more liars just like him trying to get into your apartments. So let's just let this guy inspire us to beef up, or inspire you to beef up your screening process. Or better yet, hire a property manager who will. Thank you. Have a nice day.